Well, it is Friday in the shop again, and I haven't done one of these for a while, so I don't know how much different everything's going to look to you. But anywho, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna walk out front because I want to start out there with some stuff that I've finished, and let you see it, and work our way back to the garage here. Let's go out front. So the first thing I want to show you is this roof rack that I made. It's all solid aluminum. I didn't use tubes for these. They were just too small. And then you'd have to plug the ends to get threads in them and all that. Anyway, it was quite a challenge getting the angles just right, especially back here where it's kind of swoops down, getting the brackets to fit, and also figuring out how I was going to do this little kick up right here in the tube. But I made a fixture for that. If I can find it when I get to the shop, I'll show it to you. But it turned out okay. I don't know if I'm going to make these to sell. Oh my goodness, it was so much work. I could probably streamline it a little, but even if I did, this thing would be $400 or $500 just because of the materials and all that. But you'd be the only guy with one, I guess. It's aluminum, so you could paint it, or what's the other thing to do to aluminum? Anodize it, or you could polish it, chrome plate it, whatever. Anyway, I made that. Like I said, it was too much figuring out for me to try to have the camera rolling, take you on that journey with me. Another thing I made for the Bug is this shifter here. The whole assembly, actually, if that wasn't obvious. So it's all aluminum. It's kind of a prototype, so I started out making it so it would be adjustable on the height. Ditched that idea on about version 5. There's just no point for it. The cool thing is, though, it's short shift. So normally the throw is about from here to about here. So got that down pretty short. So it's kind of sporty, pretty cool. I like it. All the other variations did not have a reverse lockout plate, but this one does. So that was a challenge figuring that out. But going from first to second, you can't slip into reverse unless you push down and over. So pretty cool. I'm probably going to make another one of these for another car. If I do, I'll probably bring you along with me for that, because it's pretty interesting how this all works. Okay, moving on. I lost center. Well, actually, I don't even know if I've showed you these bolts yet. I made these lug bolts. Pretty sure I have a video converting these to 5 lug. If I do, I'll put the card somewhere here. But I made these bolts. I'll show you what they look like without it. But I lost a center cap. And yes, I could buy one, but why would I do that when I could just make one? So I'm about halfway through that. When that project comes up, obviously I'll post a video. But let me show you what they look like. Excuse me. So originally they look like this. Kind of cool. Cool, whatever. It's a center cap, but it's smooth with the face of the wheel. So the wheel kind of has this pie pan look to it, maybe. I didn't like the recesses with the lugs recessed in. I don't know, just it didn't do anything for me. And maybe I'm wrong. I mean, take a look at this one, and then take a look at that one. Now the center cap's throwing it off, but I don't know. Leave a comment. Tell me which one you like the better. The recessed lugs or the ones that stick out. I still got to make 15 more because I only made them for one wheel. But I don't know. Depends on what you guys tell me. Maybe you'll change my mind. Hey, Kenmores. Talking about projects, I got a couple coming up for this car here. First one's going to be some door panels, because these are, I mean, that's fantastic right there. Look at that. What is that? Audio Source. It's probably like a Kmart brand. But anyway, I've been working on this, getting it running, which actually didn't take that long at all. Which is funny considering last time it was inspected was 91. I want to say maybe about 20 hours tuning it up, brakes and all. And now we can drive it down the road. Got another project here. This one's kind of a secret, but if you're like me and you can pick out a car shape even under a cover, if you think you know what this is, again, put it in the comments. Got a few things I need to make for the Valiant. We'll get to that. That's way off. Just skip this one too. And I'll give you a sneak peek on some door panels. I made these for the Bug a couple months ago. Turned out okay. I finally made a spacer. I had a gap here. Just the metal's so thin compared to the slightly padded original door panels that there was a gap, and I didn't like it. And I wasn't sure how to finish it, so I don't know. That turned out okay. I got the other ones in the back. Just haven't finished it or put it on yet. So anyway, that's upcoming projects, and probably the next few videos are going to be mostly car related. Well, I guess a lot of my stuff's car related. But anyway, my car specifically, trying to get some projects going. New to the shop. Let me see here. Not a whole lot new. If you've seen these before, these are the tumbling drums that you get. C&M Topline is where these came from. I guess other people make them too. Whatever. They're not cheap. I want to say they're about $80 a piece for the bigger ones. The smaller ones, I don't know, less. But I bought this one a while ago, so I got 5, but only 3 lids, and they came with this tumbling unit that I got at an auction, and it's a C&M Topline, and it's a 2-speed, and best I could tell, this thing's like $1,300, I think. I don't remember. Whatever it is, it's ridiculous. All it is molded fiberglass with a motor and two mounted shafts. I don't know, but they're getting it, obviously, because they're selling them. These people bought them, and they had 2 of them. I only bought the one, and it came with all the drums. I want to say all in with the auction fees, it was like $230. So not cheap, but I think worth it for smaller parts. The tumbler, the big tumbler, small parts get lost in here. And it's just, this thing's loud, you know, and if I got a small run of tiny parts, it's just easier to put them in the... I had another smaller rotator, like a rock tumbler that I was using. I don't even see it right now, but it was too small. So my goal is, because I'm out of room, you guys probably know that, I want to build a shelf kind of right here, maybe a little lower, sitting back, so the top line sits right back here. Now I can get it off my router, and this will kind of be my tumbling station right here. Before we get to that, part storage, small parts. having trouble finding a good way to store them in anything other than like these buckets here. I know you can get the shelves like the Vidmar cabinets with all the little bins and stuff in it, but oh my goodness, those are expensive. And who's got room for another shelf in here? These have worked out pretty good. I got them from Walmart. I can't remember if they're $10 each or $10 for a pack of 2. They come in a pack of 2, but I don't know if it's $10 or $20. Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, that one's missing a... Oh, shoot. They work fine for small pieces, and they stack and they connect together. I just got to find a better place to keep them. On the edge of my lathe isn't the best. But I want to show you this while we're at it. Shoot. Let me move this tumbler real quick. So if you've seen some of my recent videos, CNC conversion on a CL wrap, well, it wasn't really a conversion. Electronics conversion or retrofit or whatever you want to call it. Took all the electronics out and replaced it with all new stuff. That's what happened. I got it up, got it running, did some projects for the house. Actually, just finished a batch of wood drawers for a dresser. But you saw the door panels for the bug. But anyway, I went through and finally mapped out this thing to see what kind of level I had here. And as you can see, now these are all wrong. I was using a tense indicator, and I didn't realize I was using a tense indicator. So like this one is 0.038. It's actually 0.0038, and that applies to all of the numbers. I was kind of bummed out when I was doing it. I was like, man, that's 4 thousandths. It's off. But then I realized the dial gauge I was using. Anyway, I wasn't paying attention. So let's see if you can see. Right here is our low spot. This is 0. And we got another low spot here, which is also 0. But the high spots are not that high. Like, for instance, it kind of goes up and towards the back, but only by 0.0027. So over the course of 3 feet, almost half the thickness of a sheet of paper. For a router, I can live with that. And the highest is right here, which is weird that it's in the middle here. I would have thought it would have been at one of the extreme corners. But right here, 0.004. So the difference between here and here is the thickness of a sheet of paper, and that's maybe about 15 inches. For a mill, unacceptable, but for a router, I'm happy with that. That's fine. So what I'll do is I'll know that when I zero my material out, I need to zero it somewhere in here, and I'm going to have a little bit of material to clean up, like in this far corner. But even right here, it's only off by, get my zeros right, 0.0008, which is nothing. What is that, 8/10? I always get confused when you get that small. But anyway, not bad for what it is. A very old router with an aluminum extruded T-slot table. This thing is heavy though, so when it was built, it was built kind of beefy. But my biggest variation over the 3x5 almost travel I have, 31 by 52. So what is that? 2.6 by, oh, my math, 4.3. My highest variation is 4 thousandths. Again, don't forget our extra 0 because of my indicator. But not bad. Anyway, enough about that. I made this thing here. It's in my You can see it here, my Niagara press brake. This should really probably be in a punch press, and I have a punch press. My problem was the parts that I'm making, the piece of rod, I want to say it's 27 inches, give or take, something like that. But anyway, when you put the first bend in, most of them, you get a little leg here, and then the rest of the material is kind of hanging down here. On the punch press, you don't really have that luxury because you get this table underneath. I guess you could kind of bring this out maybe and put the fixture on the edge. I just went this way. This is what I did, and I'm pleased with it. So that worked out. If I think I have a little video clip of this in action, and if I do, I'll insert it right here. Okay, so that was cool. You got to see how that worked. Looking around, I can't find... I know I made it, but... Oh, wait a minute. Nope, take myself out. I know I made it and used it, but where in the world did I put it? I was looking for the fixture I made to bend those rods on the roof rack. Shoot. Hold tight. Let me look around for a minute. Okay, I think I know where it is, and I'm not gonna dig it out. I was cleaning up over here, and I piled up all my punch press and fixture stuff down there to be close to this, and then I piled all this sheet in front of it and forgot about it. So I'll see if I can dig that out next time. But as a consolation, check this out. Bring it. Let's drop that on my flip-flop foot. So this actually goes in the shop press. And I'm gonna... This is not how it's used. Obviously it's used standing up. But what we got here is, this is 1-inch round rod. And you can see these recesses are made for 1-inch rod. The handle on the gear shifter is 1-inch solid rod. Question is, how do you bend 1-inch solid rod without putting a kink in it or anything like that? So I came up with this. These things here just pivot like that. So what you do is you put I don't know if I have a piece. Okay, this is obviously is something else, but you put your rod in here. In our case, it was a gear shifter. It'd be hard to do with one hand. You know what? Maybe I will stand it up. Yeah, okay, that's better. So you put that in the shop press. You know what I'm talking about, like the Orange Harbor Freight thing right there. Right, then you put this on top, and this has the swoop that I want. And as you jack down on this with the press, the bottle jack thing that's in the press, how to describe it, all the parts move. As this pushes down, these pieces go in and support the material underneath it, and it just bends, and put a nice gentle bend in there. And the reason for this is to keep it from marring up. If I had used, like say if I had just used another piece of rod, like right here, it would have put a dent in the back. Even worse if I was using like an angle or a point or something. But anyway, so this thing, I bent up several pieces just testing it out. And it worked way better than I thought it would. So if you've got a piece of rod, heavy, thick rod you need to bend. Something like this may work for you. I could have probably clearanced that a little more, and I still can if I need to, but I don't really go that far. So anyway, let's see. We did some rearranging, obviously, because of the router, and I threw a bunch of stuff back here because I needed to get it out of the way, and I don't come back here much, but I was back here the other day working on this lathe, and without this stuff here, it's tight, but it's doable. I found 2 boxes of light bulbs in the trash, and they're all still good, so I had to bring those home. I just haven't found a place for them yet, and some stuff from outside. But without all this stuff in the way, like I said, it's tight, but it is usable. I guess that's it for over here. And that may be it for the whole Friday update. Can't think of anything else exciting. No, I guess that's it. Okay, well, hope you enjoyed that. Glad to have you with me, and I will probably not next Friday. Exciting stuff doesn't happen that often. I'll bring you in when I have something to share, and if you're up for some carb projects, be on the lookout. I'll be posting them as I finish them. Appreciate it. Have a good one. And go make something.